Hey guys, Brian Karp, Sales Giant, Karp Chronicles, week 25, Father's Day weekend. Let's jump right into it. Very busy and eventful weekend. So we started last week off with the Karp Family Scholarship. About 5 years ago, I came up with the idea to do a college scholarship where we gave a $1,000 bill to high school seniors in the towns that I sell a lot of houses in. Why did I do this? I did this because about 10 years ago, I started tithing. And tithing is when you give 10% of your income right off the top to a charity. And the reason I started tithing is one of my mentors and someone who I really looked up to spoke about you have to receive, you have to give. And growing up as a child, I wasn't cheap, but I was very frugal. And I always felt like I had like a scarcity of money. And that was always like when I was a child, I would save up all this money. My parents would take me to go buy something. And then I would get like, not cold feet, but I would get like buyer's remorse. And then I would return it. And I always just felt more comfortable with the money sitting in my savings account. So about a decade ago, I started to try it, and it started off very small. I just gave $100 out of every paycheck. Then I loved the way it made me feel. I know it sounds crazy. I feel like the more money I gave out, the more money the Karp family received. And I just started upping it and upping and upping it. And today I have an account that's called the Tithe account. And literally anything that Jessica and myself find passionate or that we find that's a great cause, we give. And every real estate commission check that comes in, I do two things. I put 30% aside for taxes, and I put a percentage in the tithe account. So the Karp Family Scholarship was given out. I had Brody do it. I also feel like it's a really important quality to learn how to speak and speak in front of others. So I had Brody go out and do that. So what do I recommend for you guys? I recommend try tithing. I know when you don't have a lot of money, and trust me, I came from nothing, right? I borrowed money to take Jessica out from my parents on our first date. So I've come from nothing, and we've built something I think is really special, and tithing has been a very, very huge piece of it. And it just made you have a different thought of money. And every religion talks about the tithe, right? The Bible, the Torah, the Quran. I know I'm just some guy that's speaking to you, but I'm telling you, it's been life-changing. It changed my life. And the more I give, the more that we receive. So we started off with 3 scholarships. I did one for 2 Sachem high schools and one for 3 Village. And Brody was our guy who did it. Next thing up is I met with my accountant. And I meet with my accountant quarterly. And being that it's the middle of the year, what we do is, he says, his name is Irish, and he says to me, Bri, how much money are you going to bring in 1099 income? That's from the brokerage side. Brian, how much are you going to add in passive income on the rental side? What other income is coming in this year, right? We loan out hard money, so what kind of mortgage interest? Are you selling any properties? Are there any big amounts of money coming in? And we basically, at this point of the year, I have a pretty good handle on the income that's going to be coming in. Once I tell him that number, what he's able to do is tell me what my quarterly payments are to be. And most importantly, he tells me how much losses I need to have. And why that's so important is because we do something every year called cost segregation studies. And what it is when you depreciate real estate, as per the IRS, you can depreciate it for 27 and a half years. There's a loophole in the tax code called the cost segregation study. It allows you to pull out all of that depreciation and use it in buckets, years 1, 2, and 3. What makes it even greater is I'm a real estate professional, not because I'm a real estate agent, because I spend more than 51% of my time in real estate activities. So you could be a real estate professional. And then from there, I'm able to take 100% passive losses across my portfolio. It is game changing. It helps me bring down my tax rate to very, very little. And being that I'm a syndicator, and right now I have 2 single asset syndications running in Tennessee, we're doing cost segs on the building. The new building that we just purchased, we did a cost segregation study on that one, and that was over $600,000 worth of paper loss. And the way my syndication is set up, me and my partner take 50% of that and split it. So I'm gonna have $150,000 loss just from that property. So that's what we do, and it's all a part of tax planning and tax preparing, and the goal is to pay as little taxes as humanly possible. Next thing, Jess is texting me, that's why I'm slowing down. Very exciting. So we spoke about we talk about Brody and the college scholarships, family. So the next big thing is I'm putting a property on the market in Hopesville. Really excited about this one for you guys. This is $575,000 for all of my car lovers and car nuts, 3-car garage. It's going to go on next Friday, and we're not going to be able to show it till the following weekend because the seller is in North Carolina getting their house ready to roll. I also just put on an amazing opportunity in Comac on buy, 14 buy, $599. It's only a 2-bedroom, 1-bath Cape, but the whole upstairs is set up to be finished. And this is in like an $800,000, $900,000 area. So if you're looking for a great opportunity, like that one is absolutely a home run. It's on the market right now. Multiple showings coming. Open house was just yesterday on that one. So very excited. I'm also putting a new property on in Lake Grove. This is 1990 Colonial. Big brick outside, on a dead end, on a cul-de-sac, middle country schools. Gonna say it's around 2,800 square feet, 100% original. So nothing's really been touched since the 90s. They did put some new floors down. It's in great shape, but there's an in-ground pool in the backyard, but it needs some love. The kitchen needs some love. The bathrooms need some love. Putting that on for $700,000, that's gonna go. There's only 17 houses in all of Lake Grove on the market, and I only saw 4 colonials in Middle Country. So excited bringing that to you guys. I'm also considering potentially investing in a professional soccer club. So they are thinking of opening up a professional soccer club based out of Stony Brook. I want to say it's like the Rough Riders. And I was asked by some of my friends who are very high up at Stony Brook, they're putting together investors. So we went to a first meeting about it, and it's going to be set up kind of like my syndication, where there'll be a general partner, this very, very affluent real estate family, and they'll open it up to limited partners like me. So I think it could be great because it's feeling fun. I love athletics. It's cool. I wonder what kind of access they'll give us, and the kids and myself can go to the games. I also feel like it's going to get me into rooms of people that are doing bigger and better things. And it's all about the rooms. You know, I really believe this. It's all about the people you surround yourself with. I went to the meeting talking about the club, and there's a gentleman there that I've looked up to for years, and his family is 3rd generation real estate, and they own, I'm going to say 300 to 400 units right here in Suffolk County, all luxury A-class product. So the Karp family is 1st generation real estate, right? I started, no one ever, like my parents owned 1 house, right? We own 20. So, and we have 50 doors here in New York, and we have another 100 in Tennessee. And I'm just getting started, but my hope is that I can pass this on to Brody and Brock. They can pass this on to their grandkid. And the gentleman I was sitting with at this soccer club, like meeting of affluent families to potentially invest, they have almost 500. I just want to be in a room with him. I just want to shoot the shit with him. The guy who is supposedly going to be the main owner, his family is next level, multiple zeros in front of their families, you know, compared to myself and even that other gentleman. So I might just do it to get around these people because, you know, success and like this next level, like it radiates off these people, and I'm interested in it, and I have no other way to, you know, I don't have any mentors. I don't have anyone I could really look up to. So if this can get us in, I would be open to just investing for the sheer fact of being able to go to events and surrounding potentially my family with their family. So you might think I'm crazy, but it's all about who you surround yourself with and who is your mentor, who can you watch, who can you emulate? Like, who can you look to see what they're doing, what they're investing in, how they're running their family, how they're raising their kids? Like, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm excited about that. I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully the buy-in is nothing crazy and it's something that we could still obtain. And that's what I got for you guys this week. Let me see if there's anything else up here. No, I think we hit it. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I miss my father. It's funny because, you text like, your friends, Happy Father's Day. A lot of people texting me Happy Father's Day that work for me. I appreciate it. And I'd love to be able to text my father, but unfortunately he passed away 10 years ago. So I know it sounds corny, but if you have your father, tell him you love him and spend a little time with him. All right, guys, and check out the new rebrand for Future Gen REI, Future Gen Real Estate Investors. I think this came out like awesome. I love the colors. To me, this looks very, very institutional and like, I don't want to say big time, but big time. So I'm into it. I'm excited. And Father's Day gift, my family got me this, which is one of those electric body weight scales. So I'm excited to check that out. And I'll let you know how it goes. And I will not share with you what my body fat is. It tells me. I'm hoping if I could be under 10% body fat. That's my hope. But we'll see. But that's what they got me. They know me. They know me very well. They also got me like an ab wheel. So I'm excited about that. All right, guys. Have a great Father's Day. Karp Chronicles, week 25. Give me a thumbs up, share the show, write me a comment, because if you don't write me a comment, I have no clue that anyone's listening. And try tithing. It's game changing.